This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for August 11th, 2025. Sharon Osbourne has strongly denied media reports that claim that the Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne farewell concert, Back to the Beginning, raised nearly $200 million. She said, one of the things that's frightening to me is all this false press about how much money we made, $140 million and all of this. And I'm like, God, I wish we could have for one gig. It's just ridiculous, the different stories. I went on the internet the next morning and it was 140, 160. And I'm like, where does this stuff come from? She said it takes a really long time to arrive at the final number that will be donated to charity, because we've had, quote, all the bands that we had to come in and their expenses, and it'll take a good 6 weeks to get another final number. Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains says he's still in a bit of a daze after performing at the Back to the Beginning concert, saying, quote, it was pretty magical. It's like the world's biggest rock and roll high school reunion. Everybody was there, and the vibe was so cool. He continued, if you play heavy rock and roll, Sabbath is a pretty big strand of your DNA. So we're all fans. I was just happy for Ozzy and Sabbath and Mike Inez and Zakk Wylde too. It was great that they got up there to jam with the old man and do it the way they wanted to and have that final show, to have that experience and to feel the love they deserve. It was a beautiful thing. It's something that will never happen again, ever. I don't think there's a performer like Ozzy or a band like Black Sabbath that could pull something like that off. You couldn't fucking write it. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. One of my favorite books is Ozzy writing about himself. He said, you couldn't invent me. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe my own fucking story. They got to do it the way that they wanted to do it. He got to have his last show, and we got to be there to celebrate him and be part of it. Glenn Hughes has released a new single, Into the Fade, saying it's about a life of acceptance and being here now and living in the present moment. He released the official video for Chosen, the title track of his latest solo album, back in June, saying, quote, songwriting is deeply personal to me, and I generally write and record when I have something to say. Hailstorm have just released the official Chase Denton directed music video for their new song, Like a Woman Can, taken from the band's brand new album, Everest, that came out last Friday. Lizzie Hale saying Like a Woman Can is Venus asking Mars to meet her in the middle while in the midst of a bisexual awakening. Bad Wolves have announced they'll release a new special deluxe edition of their album Die About It on September 19th. The Better Noise Music release will contain 9 new tracks. Guitarist Mark Tremonti is reflecting on the, quote, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of writing and recording Alter Bridge's upcoming new album at Eddie Van Halen's 5150 Studios, being afforded the chance by Wolfgang Van Halen. For their 8th album and first since 2022's Pawns and Kings, Mark Tremonti and Miles Kennedy in the band said they wanted to, quote, approach the process differently. Mark Tremonti saying it gives you confidence, like we must be doing something right if we're allowed to be in the hallowed ground of rock and roll. After working for hours, you almost fall into a daydream and forget where you are. Every now and then you look up at the wall and snap out of it, and I think I can't believe we're here. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and a dream come true. Youngblood has launched his own London music venue and clothing store called Beautifully Romanticized, Accidentally Traumatized. It's located at 20 Denmark Street. He took to the stage for an impromptu performance celebrating the opening over the weekend. Trivium have revealed the details of their forthcoming new EP called Struck Dead. The EP is set for a Halloween release via Roadrunner Records. The band also released a new single called Bury Me With My Screams. And guitarist John Five is set to release a new solo album titled Ghost, coming on October 10th. John Five said, Ghost is perhaps my proudest achievement to date. To me, the meaning of life is doing what you love, and this is what I love. I'm surrounded by ghosts in my life, and I needed to honor them with this album. This is what I was meant to do. In a recent interview, Joe Perry from Aerosmith talking about the possibility of the band playing one final concert, saying, quote, we're actually talking quite a bit. I know our touring days are over, but I don't know. We're all flesh and blood. I don't know, man. I would say at some point we'll all be on the same stage. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would say at some point something's going to happen, but we'll see. And in a new interview, Fred Coury from Cinderella was asked if there could ever be a Cinderella reunion with all of the surviving members of the band. Guitarist Jeff LaBar passed away in 2021 in his apartment in Nashville at the age of 58. He said, quote, "We all still play our instruments, so Tom Kiefer is out touring, Eric Brittingham is doing a benefit, Rock for Hope, and I'm on Billy Morrison's new album, so we're all pretty active. We have our chops up, so if something had to happen, if it was like, oh my gosh, you guys could save the world, we need to have you play. There's no reason why we couldn't." And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 270, featuring bassist Dennis Dunaway from the original Alice Cooper Band, is available now.